Hi, these are the notes for lesson 2-3, apply deductive reasoning. So we're going to start with our deductive reasoning and the law of detachment. So our first example is if two segments have the same length, then they are congruent. We know that BC equals XY. So really we're given here that two segments have the same length. So this right here, this is our hypothesis. They are congruent as our conclusion. And since we know our hypothesis is true, okay, this tells us right here that that is true. Since we know our hypothesis is true, and it's a true statement, if they have the same length, they are congruent. Since we know that, we can say, so segment BC is congruent to segment XY. We can say that because the hypothesis is true of a true statement. So our second example here says Mary goes to the movie every Friday and Saturday night. Today is Friday. So this isn't written in if-then form, but it actually is kind of an if-then statement. We can make it one. We could say if it's Friday and Saturday night, or Friday or Saturday night. So this is my hypothesis. Then Mary goes to the movies. So that's my conclusion. So my hypothesis, today is Friday, oh, that fits the hypothesis, it's true. So we now know that this then part, the conclusion, is also true. So we can say Mary will be going to the movies, since it's Saturday night, or since it's Friday night, she'll be going to the movies. All right, let's look at our law of syllogism here. I'm going to move this up here. We're not going to do the logic puzzle for now. That's something you might enjoy doing, and logic puzzles really go right along with these lessons. But let's look right here at our law of syllogism. So it says, if Rick takes chemistry, then Jesse will be Rick's partner. So since we're using the law of syllogism, we're looking for an if P, then Q. Okay, so if Rick takes chemistry this year, that's my P part. Then Jesse will be Rick's partner. That's my Q part. So now we're going to look for an if Q, then R. So if Jess is Rick's lab partner, that's my Q part again, then Rick will get an A in chemistry. That's my R part. So I've got the same piece twice. I've got the two Q's, so I can kind of think of crossing these out. That's what I like to do. And then I'm going to do, if Rick takes chemistry this year, then Rick will get an A in chemistry. So that's my statement. If Rick takes chem this year, then Rick will get an A in chem. So I'm using the law of syllogism. I look for the if and then part that are the same and kind of ignore those two parts. So looking at the next one here, if x squared is greater than 25, then x squared is greater than 20. Here, if x is greater than 5, then x squared is greater than 25. So here's my if and then right here that matches up. So I'm going to cross those out. Sorry if you can hear my dog whining. And I can make the statement, if q is greater than 5, then x squared is greater than 20. So this is the end of the notes, and I will see you in class. Our law of syllogism.